Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about inserting element at any given position of an array. Let's get into the topic. Inserting a given element at a specific position in an array. Okay. For example, just consider this existing array. The array size is 6 here and we have 10, 25, 35, 42 and 50 are the elements. Okay, so here in this existing array, you are going to insert a new value, say 60 at position 3. Okay, you all know array index starts with 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3. At third position 42 is existing. So what I am going to do is at third position I am going to have 60, element 60. So what I have to do here, I have to shift this 42 and 50 to the next position and then I have to insert element 60 in third position. Okay. See 10, 25, 30, 60, 42 and 50. Index starts with 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3. At third position I got 60 now. Okay. So this is the process I have to carry out, which means I have to shift the values to the right and I have to create an empty space and then I have to insert the new value in that position. So that is the procedure I need to follow while inserting any given element in a specific position of an array. Let's see the algorithm for inserting element at the given index of an array. The first step what I have to do is I have to get the input from the user, which is nothing but here the inputs are the elements and the position. These two things I have to get from the user. Element, the value which I am going to insert, and the position. At which position, at which index I need to insert my new value into the array. That I have to mention. So these two steps are important. And the next step is I have to check a condition before inserting. We'll see what is that condition. Here the condition is check whether the position is valid or not. So what do you mean by this position is valid or not? In the sense, I have to check whether the given the given index, the position where I want to insert a new data element, it should be within the limit of that, the size limit of that array. Okay, for example, my size of the array is 5. Let's consider my size of the array is 5 so that I can hold elements from 0 to 4. Okay, 0 to 4 only possible. 5 elements I can hold. If I want to insert in that array, the size is 5, in that array, if I want to insert a new element at position, let's say 8, it is not possible because the size is 5, the index values are 0 to 4. So in that case, if I want to insert a new value at position 8, that is not possible with that particular array. Okay, so in that case the position is invalid. Okay, so before inserting any new element in a position, we need to check whether the position is within that array size limit or not. So that is nothing but the position is valid or not, condition checking. So if the position is within that size limit, it is valid. Okay, if it is valid, what I have to do, what we have done in the example, we have just shifted the values to the right and then we have created an empty space. So in that empty space, we have inserted the new value, right? So that is that thing we are going to do here. So if it is valid, the position is valid, we have to right shift the elements from the last, which means shift all the elements from the last index to the position index by one position to the forward, which means right shifting the elements. we need to shift all the elements from the last index, which means the last position, to the index position to the right, one position right, and we'll get an empty space at the position we want to insert a new value. So at that position, we can insert our element there. Insert the element now at the position. Okay. And if in this case the position is invalid, it will throw invalid position message. Shift all the elements from the last index, which means the last position, to the index position to the right, one position right, and we'll get an empty space at the position we want to insert a new value. So at that position, we can insert our element there. Insert the element now at the position. Okay. And if in this case the position is invalid, it will throw invalid position message. Let's take an example for better understanding. Here, this is my existing array. My array size is 6 here. Already I am having 5 elements, right? 0 to 4, I am having 5 elements. So in this array, I am going to insert a new value at some position. Just say my new element which I am going to insert is 60 and the position is 3. At third position, I am going to insert element 60 in this array. Right now, at third position, what element is residing? 42. Am I right? 42. So, but what I'm going to do? I'm going to have 60 at third position. So, what I have to do as per the algorithm, what I have to do? I have to shift the elements to the right. So, which means I have to shift this last element. Last element is 50 to the next position 5. And I'll get an empty space here, and I'm going to shift this 42 to the next position. From third position to the fourth position, I'm going to move. I'm going to shift it. So in that case, now if I after shifting, my third position will be vacant, right? Will be empty. So at this point of time, I can insert 60, element 60 in at the third position. Okay, we'll see the process now. See here. So what I said, shift all the elements from the last index to the position 3 to 1 position right. Forward I have to move. So my last element, this is my existing array. My last element is what? 50. I have to move this 50 to the next position 5. From 4 to 5 I am moving. Okay, I'll get a vacant space here. So what I am doing now, I have to move the next element 42, the before element 42 to the next position 50, that is fourth to fourth location. Okay, so after doing that, I'll get what? A vacant space, that is empty space. So I can insert 60 here. Okay, so like this. Now 60 is inserted at position 3. Okay, so when you want to insert any element, obviously what you have to do, you have to shift the elements forward one position, and then after that you can insert your element at the desired position. And now we'll see a C program for inserting an element in a given position in array. Here I have defined hash defined size 5, and then this is my existing array. Okay, I have 10, 20, 40 and 25 as elements. My array size I have defined as 5 here. Okay, size 5. So here I have 4 elements. I can insert one more element in this array. I have to get two things. What is that? Position and elements. So I'm getting it from the user using scanf statement. Position and the element, the value which I'm going to insert. Okay. After getting the input, the next thing in algorithm itself, I have told you that we have to check the condition, right? Whether our position is within that array size or not. Okay. So for that we have used this statement, if statement, if the position is less than or equal to the size. Okay, it must be less than or equal to the size. For in this case, the size is 5. If I want to insert at position 4, then 4 is less than or equal to size. It is true here. Or else, if my position is say 8, it is not true. 8 is less than or equal to 5. It is not true, so it will throw an error message, that is invalid position, else part will be executed. So here if I want to insert element at 4, so 4 is less than or equal to size, yes, and then it will check and position is greater than or equal to 0, which means negative value. Okay, if it is true, then this for loop will be executed, which means what was the next step we have discussed in the algorithm. After checking the position, we need to shift the elements to the right. For shifting purpose, I have used this statement. Okay, because from the last position till the position where I want to insert, I have to repeatedly shift the values. Repeatedly I am doing the process. So for that I am using looping statement. Here I have used for loop for I equal to size. So now I value becomes what? I equal to size means size is 5, right? So my I is equal to 5 now. Okay, 5 is greater than or equal to position. Position, just consider we have taken 4. Okay, 5 is greater than 4. Yes, it is in the within the limit. So that this statement will be executed. This statement is for shifting to the right. Okay, array of I. So in this case, I is what? The size value, 5, right? So array of 5 is equal to what? Array of 5 minus 1 is 4. So fourth element is shifted to the next place, fifth element, like that. Third element is shifted to the fourth place. So like that, I can shift the elements repeatedly till I reach that position. Okay, once if I have done that, then what else I have to do? I'll get an empty space where I want to insert the value, right? So at that position, array of position, I'm inserting the value, which is nothing but the new value which I got from the user. Okay, that I'm going to insert here, array of position. And this for loop is for printing the value, output, printing the output. So for printing, for I equal to 0, 0 to till my size is 5 here. So 0 to 4, right? 0 to 4, it will print all the values here. Okay. This, for example, here if you give an invalid position, right? Like my size is 5, if you give position as 7 or 6 or 10, something like that, if it is greater than the size, then this part, this else part will be executed. It will throw invalid position. Okay. Recap of the session. We have discussed how to insert an element in a given position in an array, and we have discussed the algorithm. So algorithm says we need to get the values from the user, like element as well as the position which I'm going to insert, where I'm going to insert, and we need to check the valid condition, position is valid or not. And the next thing is right shifting. When you want to shift, when you want to insert a new element, you have to right shift the elements. And then we have seen an example and a C program for inserting elements in a given position. That's all about today's session. Thank you.